Hi, this is Kate Bergeron with the Branch Herald, and I just wanted to pop on here for a couple minutes and talk about the importance of local journalism. I did some research last week about that subject and how local journalism, local news affects communities and affects business communities, because I was doing a talk at the Metrocrest Chamber of Commerce, and I was curious to see what kind of research had been done. It's been known for a while, and it's probably obvious to all of you, that local news organizations, especially newspapers, have been going out of business like crazy since 2005. Something like a third to a half of our newspapers have disappeared in the last 20 years. And I wasn't sure what kind of research there had been on that. I did not look into that research much before we started the Branch Herald. I just knew that we needed a local newspaper, local news organization, Farmers Branch, and it drove me crazy that we didn't have one. So here we are. But in my research, I found out that there had actually been several studies done since 2020, including a couple from last year and 2024 and 2021. Now, I don't have my notes. I don't have the ability to go look right now because I'm talking to you, but some of the research done was done by the Pew Research Group, I believe, and the University of North Carolina Hussman School of Journalism, I think. And some of the information that I found was fascinating to me. I know in my gut that the local news helps keep us together. And the reason for that is because the good news that all of us wish that the TV stations did and the national news did, it's the good news that helps draw us together. And even the bad news, right? When somebody has a car accident, when somebody's child is hit at our local crosswalk and we find out about it, it hits our hearts. It draws us closer to our neighbors. It creates empathy, which is different from sympathy. It reminds us that we're all in this together and that we have so much more in common than we don't have in common. It helps us go above and beyond for our community members because we remember that we are alike. And that's really important to me. Community is so important to me, and it is, I guess I would say it's the top value for the Branch Herald. And even our reporters who don't necessarily live in Farmers Branch, they feel the same way. Community is really important, and local news is really important. And unlike the national news organizations, especially the national broadcast TV stations, local news brings us together. National news divides us. And when I talk to people, one of the things that I find is that most of us have some sorrow in our heart with how polarized our country has been. And I find it kind of interesting that the Branch Herald is one of those tools that we can use to heal the community. And it's all communities across the nation. In my quick little poll to find out how people want to receive their news, it's digital. Most people don't necessarily want to receive a newspaper or a magazine in the mail. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of different sources of funding to fund a news organization. So the Branch Herald will have a print product at some point. Not totally sure what that looks like yet. We're working on that. It will probably include events, advertising, as well as subscriptions. This isn't a one product, one solution. It's a lot of different things coming together to support an organization whose main and only real goal here is to support our community. So just some thoughts, but if you don't like the polarization that's going on in the national scene, in the politics, heck, you even see it in Hollywood now, right? But then there's some of the entertainment and the actors. We don't need to be like that locally. We're not all going to agree, but we all share this space. And there's a few things that I think we all can agree on. We all should be safe driving down our roads. We all should be safe living in our homes. We all need clean water and clean air. We all need access to food and shelter. All of us, we're human. And we have things that we can agree on and that we can work together on, and we need to work together on. And this is how we do it. We have to start talking to each other. We have to be open feedback. We have to learn from each other. Sometimes we have to ask each other for help. Thank goodness that wasn't this weekend with these storms. I was really concerned. I think a lot of people were. So that's what local news is here for, is to support community, support people, remind us that we are in this together. Farmers Branch is 8 square miles. Addison's not much bigger. Carrollton is big, but you know what? We're neighbors and family in a lot of cases. Let's act like it. Let's work together. Stay safe. Thank you guys. And if you want to support the Branch Herald, buy a subscription for the premium content. There's also a button at the top of our site to buy a journalist dinner or a cup of coffee, or a month of technology, which actually that's not accurate anymore. But you know what? Every penny helps. All the money goes back to paying for our journalists and keeping our technology up, and a little bit for marketing, not much there. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you later. Thank you.